All right, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. I want to talk about something about yesterday. Yesterday was Juneteenth? Yes, 2 days ago was Juneteenth. I'm going to post it, but I saw something on CBS News, 12 murders due to Juneteenth. I'm pretty sure by now you guys have seen what happened at the McDonald's in Leimert Park. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that guy pull out his hammer in Milwaukee, and you heard all those gunshots ring out. By now, you saw the stampede at Leimert Park. You saw Jasmine Sullivan say that she had to cancel because of a stampede here in LA. I'm not sure if you saw the shooting, 23 people shot, 1 dead in Chicago, mass shooting. You saw the mass shooting in New York, in Harlem. And those are the 4 that I can report on, that I can substantiate with reports and on the line reports and eyewitnesses and stuff like that. But it's a tragedy, man. And I already know the word is, oh, you got to blame the white man. It's the white man's fault. Well, the white man gave you the holiday and you took advantage of it. You know what I mean? 12 people dead celebrating Juneteenth. I repeat, 12 people dead celebrating a holiday which represents black freedom. 12. It should be 0. That impacts thousands of lives, thousands of kids' lives. But we gonna sit here and ignore it and blame the white man, and it's the white man's fault. We carrying so much pain. We got this post-traumatic slave disorder, and it's the white man's fault. No, it's your fault. You planned. Black people planned the event. Black people planned the concerts. But when you have Too Short performing at a freedom party, what's my favorite word? Freedom. What's my favorite word? Healthy black people. What's my favorite word? Black people alive. But until we get it, this is gonna be reoccurring and reoccurring and reoccurring. It's sad, man. It's sad. So y'all go ahead and have a beautiful day. I'm blaming black people, and it impacts the black people who did nothing wrong. 12 people dead. I'm never going to a Juneteenth event again. I went to one during COVID, you know. That's why I don't want Malcolm X to have a holiday, man. I like it the way I do it. I like it the way because I follow the hashtag of Malcolm X. I love the fact that people all around the world are celebrating Malcolm X's birthday. I love it. I love it, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. But, you know, it's the white man's fault. It's the white man that gave us the holiday, Juneteenth, and people on top of people's property, robbing McDonald's and standing on top of the roofs at Pizza Hut twerking. That's people businesses. That's people livelihood. But I know we don't respect other people's property. So we think it's cool to twerk on top of a building and give roof damage. And by all intents purposes, if you on the roof for 4 hours, what you gonna do on the roof? You gonna pee, you gonna defecate, you gonna drink, you gonna leave your bottles, you gonna smoke. You're gonna put great damage on that roof, great pressure on that roof. The roof isn't supposed to have 30 people on it, y'all. I just paid 20 grand for a roof. So I understand because I own. So I'm urging all y'all, man. The good people, continue being great. Raise your families. Separate yourself. Separate yourself. Stop thinking it's cool to crip walk and accept gang members, accept drug dealers, accept pimps, accept street dudes. No, separate yourself from them. Raise your family elsewhere. Don't involve yourself with family members and friends that like doing that stuff. If you're trying to get to heaven, I'm talking to black people. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by a street dude. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by a crip. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by blood. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by a pimp. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by a weed dealer. If you're trying to get to heaven, you can't be led by a man that don't take care of his kids. That's it. Do we understand this? Are we clear? But we gonna mask it. It's somebody else's fault but ours. We get post-traumatic slave disorder. No, your parents had 70 years to buy a piece of property. Your parents had 70 years to buy one piece of property. Your parents had 70 years to create, at minimum, as I suggest, 30% of your income needs to be independent. Your parents had 70, 80 years to do so. As I tell you guys, children become the sins of their parents. And they have to fix them. You mean to tell me 80 years and you can't create 30% of independent income? 80 years, 77 years is the life expectancy? And you can't buy a house? You can't buy a duplex? Everybody that lives in LA that earns a living in LA can afford property in North Dakota. Everyone. It's a fact. The crime in the black community is astronomical, y'all. Astronomical. We blame the white man for the deaths on Juneteenth. And then we ask them for a holiday. We celebrate it. We kill people. Stampedes. Y'all go ahead and have a beautiful day, man. Barbershop conversations, man. It's Juneteenth and turned into a blood fest. It's like a sacrifice holiday. It done turned it into Memorial Day in Chicago. 4th of July in Chicago. The ignorance, the sheer ignorance, man. You know what I mean? And lastly, people are dumbing down. You know, we saw the people on top of Pizza Hut and McDonald's. From an employment standpoint, I'm not talking about the food. That's a whole nother video. But from an employment standpoint, McDonald's is responsible for teaching our kids in the community, our young adults in the community, how to bank, how to be responsible. That's where they get their first check from these fast food chains. That's when they learn business etiquette, how to secure a job, work etiquette, the disciplines of getting up, the disciplines of being on time, the disciplines of knowing how to schedule things, you know. I'm not saying that the pay grade is high or low, or that's not what I'm suggesting. But these McDonald's have values. I mean, add value to the community, whether you like it or not. And if if you're complaining about the minimum wage, then your parents should have made a way for you not to work at McDonald's. Period. This is why in the workforce, the doctor calls the lawyer calls the paralegal calls the jeweler calls the landscaper, and so on and so forth. They have a circle of economy. Their economy is circular. Successful people have circular economy. I call my business partner for most things that I need. I have 5 of them, 5 or 6 of them. I call them, hey, you got this? Can you connect me with that? I don't even make it to the 5th business partner. By the 2nd one, I have it. And if they don't have it, hey, I call the first one, text him, and he should have it because I used his guy 6 months ago. But when you get down to ignorance, hey, call T-Bone. Hey, T-Bone got to connect, man. You know, he got the dude that goes downtown and does what he do, man. Hey, man, how can I go, man? I got this check that's not in my name, man. What do I do? Hey, man, I'll ask Keisha at the check cashing place. She'll take care of it. Ignorance. You see how we celebrate ignorance? Juneteenth is a bloodbath now. 12 people dead celebrating Juneteenth. Go watch that video of Milwaukee, Juneteenth in Milwaukee. Dude literally pulls out a gun, and in the background, you hear at least 20 shots going off. Women fighting, celebrating freedom. Sheer ignorance, man. I'm gone, man. Y'all have a great day. Peace.